Hey guys, welcome back to You Asked For It. So it's been a little while since I posted a You Asked For It video, and with all this Corona and COVID crap going on, I figured I'll bang one out real quick because I'm getting a lot of requests about what to do with their dogs during this whole COVID crap. And I've been preoccupied doing other videos. I've done a bunch of Facebook Lives. I did a couple of Zoom Lives. I actually posted those videos on my YouTube channel as well, so you could check them out. A whole bunch of cool topics I did live as well. But the recurring question I keep getting is, from people, what do we do with our dogs during this COVID crap? And my answer is probably going to surprise you. So my immediate answer to this question when it's posed to me is really simple. Don't do anything different. Now granted, I'm offering this answer under the assumption that people are actually taking proper and appropriate care for their dogs and they're stimulating their dogs on a daily basis already. If you need a pandemic to provide your dog daily stimulation, you got other problems on your hands. And obviously I goof around when I say that. I know, when people under normal circumstances, people work, they have busy schedules, kids, families. I get it, I understand that. Obviously I'm being a little goofy. But in all seriousness, if you are providing appropriate care, stimulation, companionship, exercise, all that stuff to your dog on a daily basis, it really should be a lot easier to do during a pandemic and this whole stay-at-home thing. But I can tell you one huge mistake that everyone is making during this whole pandemic stay-at-home crap with their dogs, and I'm going to tell you that in a few minutes at the end of the video. So first, let's go through a few things that we could do with our dogs on a daily basis to keep them stimulated. And frankly, it's going to help keep us stimulated too, because everybody's cooped up. I see people out and about more so with their dogs because there's really not much else to do if they're getting cooped up in the house. I mean, you could take a ride or something, but I see people getting out more and walking their dogs, which, that's going to be number one on just about any list of mine when it comes to training, relationship, or behavior modification. Walk your dog. Take advantage of this COVID crap and these stay-at-home orders to get your dog out and walking. And if you had problems walking, or maybe, walking your dog is not always fun, now's the time to take advantage of the time we have on our hands and allocate that time to work on our dog's leash manners. So get out and walk your dog. Mental stimulation, daily mental stimulation is important. Everyone is probably sick and tired of hearing me say it, but the physical stimulation, that's always in the forefront of our minds. A dog's mental stimulation needs, sometimes it gets put on the back burner, and that's just as important, if not more important, than physical stimulation. Our dogs' minds need to be stimulated and occupied and challenged every single day. And that's why things like recreational chew treats, puzzle games or puzzle toys, little obedience games like hide and seek, where you put your dog in a sit stay and you go hide in another room, and then you call your dog and you make your dog come look for you, like just little things like that. Or you could do the Dixie Cup game or the Solo Cup game, however you want to refer to it as, where you get a whole bunch of red Solo Cups, put them in a big circle, and put treats randomly under a couple of cups. Teach your dog how to find the treat, and then all of a sudden you put a name to it, find it, look, whatever you want to call that particular exercise, and teach your dog how to look for the treats under the cups. As your dog gets better at it, you could do figure eights, you could do squares, you can line the cups in a straight line. Those are some mentally stimulating games for dogs that will definitely help with their emotional balance. And companionship, yeah, I know, everybody's hanging out with their dogs, probably watching Netflix or YouTube, hanging out with their four-legged buddies. That's all well and good, but increase that relationship by offering daily massage, right? And I talk about daily massage often. And, I have videos, my 7-day dog care challenge, which I'll throw the link up there. And, let me tell you something. Daily massage, if you go for a walk, do a little work with your dog, and give your dog daily massage, think about it, you're petting your dog anyway. So just give him a few minutes or her a few minutes of some massage. It helps improve relationship for sure. It feels good for the dog, alleviates stress, again, improves emotional balance. And yeah, if you have a yard, that physical exertion, physical exercise comes in handy. Get out there and run your dog in the yard. Definitely a good idea. If you don't have a yard, you can do some little games in the house. I'm not a huge fan of having play inside the house, but if you don't have a yard and you have a single dog household or a multi-dog household where the dogs, they will play appropriately and not get too crazy in the house, then yeah, definitely choose some games inside the house, whether it's tug or if you have a long hallway, a little fetch down the long hallway, just to get some physical exertion and physical stimulation going. And think outside the box, right? I mean, whatever you have to do to help get your dog to be physically stimulated. And if you have stairs and you don't have a yard, have one person at the top of the stairs, one person at the bottom of the stairs, and you could do a little, come commands back and forth with the dog. You could have a tennis ball and play kind of monkey in the middle. I only caution if you have hardwood steps. Be careful doing this. You don't want your dog to slip and get injured. So if you have carpet runners or carpeted steps, that's more appropriate for dogs so they have traction, because we don't want them to get hurt, especially if we have an older dog. We certainly don't want those old hips and joints to be injured just because we're trying to get them a little exercise. Be smart. And I talk about recreational chews all the time. Cow ears, bully sticks, stuffed Kongs, you name it. Giving your dog daily recreational chews it's so important. And think about it, if you're jammed up right now because of this whole stay-at-home COVID crap and you're feeling a little anxious or maybe you're a little irritable, that's going to affect your dog. Maybe your dog is starting to feel some of your anxiety. Maybe other members in the house are starting to feel a little anxious, or again, they're all crammed up and cooped up in the house. Giving your dog something to chew on, maybe in their crate where they can go somewhere quiet by themselves and just kind of chew. And it's great for anxiety, and obviously it's fun and it tastes good if you give them a nice good treat. So definitely consider doing that. I could literally go on and on and on and on. I think you get the idea. Obviously you can always do an internet search on what other things you can do to help your dog through this COVID crap, but I got news for you. They're fine, right? They're totally cool. You're home a lot. They're probably getting more attention. And again, you may be walking them more. They may be getting more exercise. Things are great for your dog. So honestly, I wouldn't stress out. But there is one thing that everyone needs to be mindful of. Schedule. Your dog's schedule. Your dog's schedule has changed dramatically since everyone's been put on stay-at-home orders, right? You're home all the time now. You're doing things you don't normally do. Maybe you're doing things that only occur on the weekend or your days off from work, right? Except for people who, work from home and things haven't changed much for them. But, normal 9-to-5ers, right? Your dog's schedules have changed drastically, and it's very important. Don't do that. Try to keep your dog on her or his regular schedule to the best of your ability. Because God willing, this whole COVID crap is going to end soon, and we're going to be going back to work. We're going to be getting back into the swing of things, and your dog's life is going to change again, but for the worst, as far as your dog is concerned. So try to keep your dog on as close to its regular schedule as possible, especially if it's a dog that you usually crate when you're gone from the house. Yeah, that's right. You need to make sure you're still utilizing the crate for your dog, even though you're home. Your dog needs to understand two things. Schedule is schedule, and more importantly, going in the crate doesn't necessarily mean separation or isolation from you. The crate is just part of her or his everyday routine, right? And this is where a lot of crate training goes awry, when people only use the crate for when they leave. Dogs can develop separation anxiety. Well, guess what? This whole COVID crap, on the other side of this, we may see a lot of dogs with separation anxiety. So if you have a dog that is normally crated when you're gone, or you've utilized the crate more prior to this whole stay-at-home COVID crap, make sure you're still utilizing the crate. Use the crate on a daily basis, even if it's for 2 or 3 hours at a time. At least your dog is still used to being in the crate and not being out all day. Because once things go back to normal, God willing, right, you're going to have to put the dog back in the crate. So that's something very important that you should definitely consider, and I hope you do implement that if you're not already doing it. That's all for now, and if you didn't get a chance to check out my live videos, I did record them. I did a bunch of Facebook Lives. I did record them. They're on my channel. And take a peek around if you like what you see and you want to stay up to date on dog training, dog care, dog health, dog nutrition, dog rescue, dog whatever. Consider subscribing to my channel. Click that bell so you get notified when I upload new content. And I'll see you guys soon on You Asked For It.